Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Tune in on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Come join us on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Join us on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Yeah.
Hey y'all. It's a dose of peach, baby. It's a dose of peach. So today, right now, today, shout out to Breakphree. Shout out to Breakphree podcast. So let me start right there. So December, back in December 2023, I received a phone call from a young lady named Free. And at that time, I wasn't feeling well. Didn't know what was going on, but I wasn't feeling well. And I know she asked me if I could come in the day after Christmas to do an interview with her. Had no idea who she was, didn't know how she found me, anything like that. And I told her no. I told her no. I'm like, it's the day after Christmas. I can't come in the day after Christmas. I got little kids. They still playing with their Christmas gifts. So we scheduled it for January. Well, between the time that she scheduled it for January and the time that I spoke with her in December, my whole entire family caught COVID. So when the scheduled interview for January 11th came, I was literally getting over COVID and I was starting to feel better, but I forgot to put the interview down in my calendar. Completely forgot because I was sick and I was real sick from COVID. So she ended up calling me and I'm sitting at my computer, ready to get back into the wing of things for Peachy Tea Time. And she said, you're supposed to be here. And I'm like, what? I had on pajamas, everything. And I'm like, I can't come right now. I ain't together yet. And she was like, well, can you come this evening, this afternoon? I like, yes, I come this afternoon. Now keep in mind, y'all, I did not know nothing about this young lady at all whatsoever. So I was trying to wait until she aired this podcast, this interview, before I invited her over to Peachy Tea Time so you guys can see a little bit about Free. Free is an amazing lady. Amazing lady. Has a background out of this world. Her podcast is called Break Free Podcast. And it's the reason behind that. So I'm not going to get all into all those details, but we are about to watch the live show right here on Peachy Tea Time. Now, I have not been able to see it. Um, it aired today. I saw, and some of you all saw it too, some of the sneak peek. I did show the sneak peek on my page on yesterday. So the sneak peek came out yesterday. And then today is the full interview. And I have not seen it, you guys. I haven't seen it. I woke up this morning and I was gonna watch it. But what's up, Kid Kush? What it do? What it do? What it do? Hey, Mel B. She said, hey to Neil. So when I tell y'all this interview, I probably should have watched it first, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch it with y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch it with y'all. This was a very, very powerful interview. Like she hit buttons that I had no idea that a person could hit when it came to me. I don't know if because I was still halfway sick, but it was so emotional. I was coughing the whole time. Hey, cousin Jolene. I was coughing a lot, so they had to do a lot of editing on this video because I was still somewhat sick with COVID. She was aware of it. Don't think I just popped up to her podcast. I didn't do that. I told her I'm just getting over COVID. She said still come. Still come. We prayed on it. I'm sure she prayed on. I'm sure she prayed on it. But it was just an honor for her to still ask me to come. Like I said, I needed this interview more than I knew I needed it. So before I get to crying, I did not plan to cry. But again, this happened back in January. Hey, Audra. This interview happened back in January. I do not remember every single thing that happened during that interview, but I do remember that it was emotional for me. And she like literally dived in on me. Now we laughed. I'm gonna laugh regardless. So let's go ahead. I don't want to hold y'all any longer. Um Here is the interview. I don't know why she named it A Sister's Love, but hey, maybe y'all will find out why. So here we go. The interview is 49 minutes long. So hopefully you all can stay in the entire time. If you can, if you have to work, just listen. Just listen to it. You don't have to watch it, you can hear it. But hopefully you can watch it. Okay. So here we go. Let me also add this right quick. I ain't know I ain't gonna even say it. I'll tell y'all at the end. I'll tell y'all at the end. Here we go. I hope y'all like it. And I hope I do too, because I don't know what's about to happen. Here we go.
But how many know that when you have a purpose and a calling on your life, there's nothing that nobody, and nothing can happen? I am Angela C. Wright. Over the top, the gotcha.
Oh, he said your number says shrunk. He said, I don't know how, why.
You're not going to get listen. You're going to have mounds of security for me because you're not going to get me.
If I wasn't depressed and going through what I was going through, I probably would have never started.
And this episode was brought to you by the Heirs Agency, a full-service marketing firm noted in entertainment and culture. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another dope episode of Breakphree Podcast with your girl, Free. And today I got somebody that's ready to pour that tea. Not messy tea, good tea. Y'all say hi to Peachy tea time.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
How you doing today?
I am wonderful, Free.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, so much better, so much better. And thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. I seen your story on the news and I was just like, wow, like that's dope, and I wanted you to come share because it's a lot of people who are, kind of stuck in their 9-to-5 job and wish, don't really want to be there. Not that there's anything wrong with having a 9-to-5 because I still work my 9-to-5 on the side, but having that faith to step out. So you were in corporate America for how long?
Yes, I was in corporate America, actually over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
In corporate America. I've been in corporate America since I was 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I am now 44 years old.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been many, many years.
And you walked away, 3 years ago?
No, I walked away 3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months ago.
3 months ago, October 18th, 2023.
Okay.
Was the day I walked away from my job.
And what brought it about? Like, what made you say, like, this is it? I'm not punching this clock no more.
Well, I started Peachy Tea Time. And Peachy Tea Time is a nonprofit organization. I just made it a nonprofit organization back in May.
Okay.
But it was an LLC. And I decided to do a show that was dear to me, which is about families, wrongfully convicted felons, and just so many people in crime, and bringing awareness to our community just as well.
Yeah, because it's definitely needed. But why was that so near and dear to you about felons? Why did you tell them, explain to them? I mean, I know, but explain like what made you want to, because a lot of people don't even look, especially in corporate America world, and people like in higher level positions, if you don't have it to hit home, you think that everybody that's in prison deserves to be in prison, and that's just where they should stay. So what made you want to take that cause up?
My brother. Hi, Corey. My brother, he's 2.5 years older than me. It's just me and him. And he has been in and out of jail and prison so many times.
Right.
Mainly in and out of jail. He only been to prison, I think, maybe once or twice. But jail is like, we always would tell him, it's his resort. because he was just always going back and forth.
Right.
But then I noticed that when he would be in there, you know, he would get sick or have issues with the correctional officers, and there wasn't nothing we can do
Right.
at all. You know, we just sit there and listen to him. So when I started Peachy Tea Time, I started Peachy Tea Time because there were families that needed
A voice.
a voice for domestic violence, gun violence, the prison system, and the police. I get a lot of people that come on due to gun violence and domestic violence. But I have had inmates come on, prisoners come on.
Yeah, don't say inmates. Don't say inmates. You say
get me
prisoners.
right, girl.
Yeah.
So we have prisoners come on, and once my brother one time gave me a call. He was sick. He was so sick, and usually when he calls, I just be like, okay, what do you want this time?
Yeah.
You know, but this time he really sounded sick, and he knew I was doing Peachy Tea Time, and he said, can you please just try to get me some help? He was like, the guards, they will not give me any medicine. They won't take me to the infirmary or something.
Sick calls.
Yes,
Yeah.
they wouldn't take him there or anything. So I was like, okay, I'll see what I could do, not knowing if I could do anything. So the first thing that came to my mind, being that I have Peachy Tea Time and a large following base, and once I put it on there, oh my gosh, so many people started reaching out to me, telling me that they can help. And one person told me to contact the news. So I contacted the news. They still didn't say anything to me right away, but one of those people that had saw my post, she was going through the same thing, but with her son. And the news ended up contacting her, and she contacted me. Meet me over here in Clayton County if you can right now.
Ain't that something?
And just so happened I was off of work that day. It was my day off.
Look how God works. God will align things. Yeah.
And I went up there with her. Shout out to Ashley. Hey, Ashley, with Channel 2 News. I ended up connecting with her that same day, just as well as I did the interview. And I told her, I said, whenever you guys get the chance, do you think you could do an interview with me about Peachy Tea Time, what I'm doing and everything? And she was like, yes. And maybe 4 months later, she finally reached out to me and she asked me if I had any families that I can bring on with me. And just so happened, my brother was out of jail. And I said, I definitely want my brother to come on with me.
And that's the interview I seen.
That's the interview that you saw with me and my brother. They came to my home. So I was so humble, so humble. But they came to my home and everything. We did the full interview. And PHREE, the best thing about it was definitely to get the exposure. But the best thing about it was for my parents to be able to see there are only 2 kids on TV. Yeah. Whether it's the news, whatever, but we are on television. Yeah. And we're doing something positive.
Right.
So
that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And I'm glad too you was able to bring awareness for a lot of people. And now you're a voice for the voices.
Baby, when I tell you they calling me, they texting, calling, messaging me. I mean, I'm getting so much people that reach out to me because of that one interview.
Right, because of the injustices.
I'm so thankful.
Yeah, yeah. So do you feel like you're walking in your purpose?
Definitely walking in my purpose.
Right.
Definitely, hands down. I've always been the type of person that I wanted to help people. I will always tell people when I was younger that I want to go to people's house who I don't know and just knock on their door and give them money. That's what I always want to do. But there's so many other ways besides money that I'm actually learning right now, being that I left my job. But there's so many other ways of helping people. You don't always have to give money. You can help with time,
the resources,
everything. So I'm definitely walking in my purpose.
And it feels good.
It feels great.
Was you worried when you took that leap? Like when you decided, like, I'm not going back to Northside Hospital. This is it.
Well, truthfully, I listen to a lot of motivational clips. A lot. And when you listening to that, yes, when you start listening to that and you pouring that in your soul and your spirit, and that's all you listen to, it becomes you.
Right.
So was I fearful? No, I was not fearful at all. Since I have left and some of the challenges that I have went through, Have fear came about? Yes.
Yeah. But you didn't let it overtake
But
you.
I did not let it overtake me at all.
Yeah.
And plus, I have a great support system.
That
So
counts.
they
Yeah.
came and was like, excuse me, you need to get back on the motivational clips or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you're
and
falling off the
I was
bandwagon.
falling off, crying, all of that. But I never regretted it.
Mhm.
I never felt like I'd made a mistake by quitting my job at all.
Yeah.
It's just when you have been in the corporate world for so many years,
That's all you know.
that's all you know.
Program.
I know I'm getting a check every other week. You know, I can spend this last bit of money because I know I'm gonna get another check
Right.
by Friday or
Right.
next Friday. This time, once I didn't have any more money left, I'm like, okay, Lord, what's gonna happen now?
Yeah.
I need you to make something shake.
Yeah.
And every time when I do get nervous, God sends a sign. He sends me something that lets me know.
I got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be good.
Did like family and friends, did they think you were crazy?
Yes.
How did you deal with that?
I've always looked at it as long as my husband was okay, then I'm okay. But there is one person that I still struggle with to this day. It breaks me. It makes me cry. And I'm hope I don't cry right now, but it's my father. My mom is 100% my number one fan. Right. But my dad, he's older. My mom's older too, but sorry, Mama Peach. Love you. They call her Mama Peach on the show. But my dad is just so old school and believe that you're supposed to have a job until you're retired. So my dad was like, you need to put that peach tea time.
No, don't cuss.
Okay. You need to put that peach tea time stuff aside, until you retire and then go back to it. And I'm like, no, you don't understand the impact that I'm making. Right. I'm getting messages from people daily about how I'm helping them change their life.
And that's more rewarding than your paycheck. Even though, don't get it wrong, I know you need your money. You have bills. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But the way that it makes you feel better than any paycheck. Exactly. And then not only that, I believe when you're walking in your purpose and you're doing what God told you to do, God is going to provide. And you don't have to chase the money. The money going to come. It's even times now that I say, like, oh, Bob, we need to run it up. Like, when is going to happen? When is going to happen? But I have to remind myself, it's going to happen. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's going to happen. But
and that's what I tell my parents or anybody that asks me questions like that. I'm not doing anything devilish. Right. I'm doing all God's work. Right. I'm following his path. He's not going to let me walk away from my job at Northside Hospital. That's one of the biggest hospitals here in Georgia. Yeah. They're one of the hospitals that only offers a pension plan. So thank God I was able to get my pension plan. Right. But he's not gonna let me crumble or watch me crumble because I walked away doing something that he wanted me to do. Right. I thought I was gonna be doing celebrity gossip all day long. All day long. I still watch celebrity gossip. Yeah. But that's not the path he put me on. Right. It started off like that. And I remember this lady, her name was Miss, I think her name was not Miss V. I can't think of her name, but she's from South Bend, Indiana, because I cover everywhere around the United States. And I'll never forget, I used to put the link out there on YouTube for anybody can just pop up. And she popped up, her and another young man, they popped up, and they popped up early before the show. And I'm like, what they out here for this early? Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, we got a show to do. Let's go ahead and get it started. Brought them up. And at the time, I was still showing some crime videos. Right. That's what I do. I show news broadcasting clips. And I give my opinion on it. Yeah. So this particular day, I was tired, being lazy, and I wanted to do some celebrity gossip. So I talked about love and hip hop. Yandy and Mendices, I'll never forget. And I was ready. I was pumped up. I started even Ray J was on one of the clips. And I showed the clip And I after I brought the clip down, I asked the lady, she's an older lady, and I asked her, I said, so how do you feel about this clip that we just played?
Yeah.
She said, it was virtual. I don't listen to stuff like this at all. I don't put it in my spirit to listen to stuff like this. I'm truly about crime, getting, awareness out there and everything. When I tell you I could have crawled under a rock at that time.
Because it made you feel like
it made me feel like, oh my gosh, she's right.
Yeah.
I'm wasting my time and my viewers' time watching this, which there's nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah. But I could be doing something that's beneficial and bringing awareness. Yeah. And I already know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't have to fumble back and forth, So that day was the day that I decided it's going to be strictly crime. Now, if some celebrities out there they done did some crime, it's coming on Peachy Tea Time. It's coming on Peachy Tea Time. It's definitely coming on.
Yeah, but no, I definitely get it. Like, when I started the podcast, I was saying, it's enough relationship podcasts and it's enough gossip podcasts, but I just feel like it's not enough inspiration podcasts. And in this particular time and season that we are in the world as a whole, we need to inspire, we need to encourage, not just the children, but even grown people need it, because it's just, I call it perilous. These are perilous times we live in, so I'm glad that day that was able to pierce your spirit. How we get convicted and be like, oh, why did I do that? Yeah. Yes. So what made you name it Peachy Tea Time? And time is spelled T-Y-M-E.
Yes, yeah. And the T stands for crime. Hold on. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
The T stands for crime. I just thought it was catchy. Peachy Tea Time. I'm
Did they
here
call
in Atlanta.
You Peach because Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta, Peach. Georgia Peach. I'm not from Atlanta though. I'm from up north, Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay.
Shout out to Saginaw. Shout out to BB. But yeah, so I just came up with Peachy Tea Time, and I just thought it was, like I said, very catchy. I knew T stood for gossip,
right?
But I wanted to put my own twist on it and make it stand for what I wanted to stand for. So it stood for crime.
Okay, and how has the response been? Like, how your views going? And because how long you been doing Peachy Tea Time?
I've been doing Peachy Tea Time for 3 years now.
Okay.
April 30th this year will make it 3 years.
Okay.
And when I started off, I must say this too, when I started off doing Peachy Tea Time, I started off with a little bit of celebrity gossip. After that happened with the lady.
Divine intervention.
Yes. Yeah. I decided to just make it strictly crime. But what made my show stand out from other shows that does crime is that one day I decided to bring families on from all over, and they come on my show and they tell their loved one's story. Now, how did I come up with that is the question. I have a friend / sister. Her name is Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. She stays in Saginaw, Michigan. And Tiffany lost a son at the age of 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Due to gun violence. And he, a lot of people say, well, you might be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, he was at grandmother's house. And grandmother's house got shot up. And he was there and he got murdered. Then 10 years later, 9 years later, her daughter was murdered.
Oh,
her oldest
wow.
daughter. And me and this young lady been friends
for a long time.
Forever. She didn't have no kids when we became friends. So I knew every last one of her children. She lost 2. She still have 1, and she has a granddaughter now. But once her daughter was murdered, that's when she reached out to me and she said, look, you got to go on Peachy Tea Time and cover the story. I said, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you need to. This is what you do. And I'm like, no, I'm not finna cover nobody that I know.
That's near and dear to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm picking up clips and news broadcasts of people that I don't know.
Right.
So you're asking me to cover a story with somebody that I know, I've been knowing since she was born. Right. I'm like, no, I can't do that. And then she just kept asking. And then finally I said, if I do it, you have to come on with me.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it got started with the families.
But I believe that was more powerful because it hits home. Now, I'm pretty sure it was really hard for you guys to get through the episode.
It was hard.
Yeah. But just think about how people gravitate to stories. Then when you could put a face to it and an emotion to it, it's even, even better. So that's where your response kind of like went widespread.
It grew.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't put it no other way. People was always watching because of the news broadcasting clips, because I don't just play any news broadcasting clips. Like, I do my research. I look for the clips that y'all gonna be like,
oh my God,
girl, where you get that from?
Yeah.
Like that. So they always gonna tune in to watch those clips. But when the families start coming on, like you said, they get to actually feel their pain.
Yeah.
At least as much as they can. And that's when it just took off. Do I want my views to be higher? Yes. Do I want my subscribers to be more? Yes, I do. But that's why you do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Give your show exposure. Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
To go and sit with somebody else.
Yeah, because you gotta, but my father always told me, it'll work if you work it. That's his saying. So, like you said, we gotta constantly put the work in order to put it out and for it to spread. And you never know. Like that one clip, like look how Cat Williams took Shay. Shay. Yeah, look how I took it over that one. Not that Shay wasn't doing this thing anyway.
Exactly.
But that one interview has taken it to another level. It catapulted.
A whole nother level.
So you never know when your day is gonna come. You just gotta stay the course and stay to work. Talk about how your husband supports you in what you do.
Okay, and before I say that, I have a secret.
What?
This is my first time doing it in studio.
It is.
Yes, but with someone else. I was at a radio station. Hits 92.3.
Okay.
And I did that for a little over a year, but I was bringing in the guests.
Yeah.
So this is my first time sitting with someone in their studio. It was always virtual. So I'm gonna always remember you, Free.
Oh, okay. But you know what? Sitting here with you, I don't feel like you're nervous or anything.
I'm not.
And you feel like it feels like it's relaxed. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have known that this was your first in studio. You're doing great. And they wouldn't have known either.
Thank you. I did pray. Prayer is powerful. I did pray before I came in here.
Okay.
And ask God to relieve all the nervousness and all of the, shakiness and everything. And
you know what? God has to forgive us because you know what? We prayed before you came, but we usually pray with our guests. And we didn't pray today, y'all. We didn't pray with Peachy today.
That's okay. We can pray when we leave.
Yeah, but we usually pray before we start any session. We pray, to just ask God to cover it and just to touch the hearts and mind of the people. And if someone's in bondage to something, that something may be said that'll help, set them free.
Exactly.
Yeah. So talk about your husband supporting you, believing in your vision, because I just felt like that's important. It makes a difference.
It's very important. Me and my husband has been married now for 16 years.
Yes. Black love.
Black love, baby, going strong. Hey, Poolie. But 16 years, it'll be 17 years this year. And when I tell you he's like the best, he's awesome. We go through things like everybody else go through, but I can truthfully say you can ask any one of my family members, my friends, my used to be co-workers, anybody that has been in my presence that knows me will say she has a good husband.
That's what's up. That's a good man, Savannah.
That's one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
But we got to keep it 100. He wasn't the happiest person. He wasn't saying, girl, go ahead.
Yeah.
But one thing that I told him, and I told my father, I told my mom, because, those are the three people that has a big impact to me. I don't have to explain it to my kids. They're 6 and 9 years old.
Okay.
But to those 3 people that has a big impact in my life, I had to tell them, PHREE, that God didn't have a conference call. He didn't have a conference call. He talked to me.
I know that's right. Y'all hear that? God did not have a conference call. Okay?
He did not have a conference call, y'all. He talked to me only.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my mentality, if God talks to me only, the only thing I need my husband to do is trust my process. And then I'm going to trust God's process. And that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
And if you love me enough and you've been with me since I was 19 years old, you know, never broken up. It wasn't no on and off thing. We've always been locked in. Always, since day one. I didn't have my first child till I was 35 years old.
Oh, wow.
You know, so we've always been locked in. So all I needed him to do was just trust my process. I've always had a job. Always had a job. I was out for work for 1 year, and that's to get my medical assistant certificate. And that's how I got into the medical field.
Okay.
So, but besides that, I've always worked.
Yeah.
You know, so I just need you to trust my process and let me trust God's process.
Amen.
And I promise you, it's going to work.
Yeah.
But if it ain't going to work, I always got that career. I always got the career.
Yeah.
And I could always go back. I didn't leave on bad terms. Always been a great worker, you know. So, but I'm not even looking at it like that.
No.
Just like when I went into my marriage, I didn't look at marriage as in, oh, it's a possibility we could get a divorce.
Just to death do us part.
To death do us part.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I'm looking at my business. My business, my baby, my very first business. Nah,
Are you the first entrepreneur in your family?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. As far as my immediate family, yes.
And that's another the reason why it's probably so hard for your father to accept.
Yeah.
You know, because we'll get rooted in tradition and generation. You know, not even generational curses, but generational thoughts. So that's why it's probably so hard. But yeah, you was the first entrepreneur. You're gonna be the first generation millionaire too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you can pass it on.
I want to tell your viewers, you know, sometimes you do have that one person that you really, really rely on, like I do my father. Not financially, but just I value the things that he has taught me. And my father has always been a hard worker, and I love him dearly. But sometimes you have to break away and do what you feel is best for you. And as long as, if you're married, as long as you got your husband on your side, God on your side, if you're not married, as long as you got God on your side, you can't fail.
Yeah, you're daddy's girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I am
just
too.
Me and my brother.
Yeah,
so.
and I understand. Like I felt that when you said like you value what he says. You know,
I
like
do, girl.
my dad could say something, we could, you know, like disagree, and it'll throw my whole mood off. You know what I mean? Like he might not know it, but you know, it throws my whole mood off because you like, well, why he can't just see it my way, or you know what I mean? Or daddy, why are you being like that? You know, but like you said, yeah, it does. It does. And I call my mother ranting like, daddy said such and such and such.
Girl,
and I don't even understand why he's acting like that. And he so just don't see it or whatever. We just last week, we had this episode. It was a clip, from about the podcast, but the clip said, the question was, how did I get out? And my answer was Trump, let me out or whatever. But it was just a sound bite. But once he seen the whole interview, then like lead it into it. He's like, oh, I didn't like that. You don't give man the credit. You never take the credit from God. But I'm like, Daddy, I wasn't taking the credit from God. Like, God has to use a tool in this realm that we in.
Yep.
He has to work through a person, He's like, well, that's the way you should have worded it. Da, 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 da. But I didn't look at it like that. You know what I mean? And then in me in that moment, I was just like, oh God, here you go. He, always got to have something to say. But it's just because when you are close to your parents, you want to make your parents proud. You get what I'm saying? You don't want a disappointment. And in my case, I've disappointed my parents enough, going away, being gone for 14 years. So I just try to, bring happiness to them. So, I pray that you and your dad are able to, mend that, and just continue to tell God, like, God, shift his heart,
Yes.
what God words say, the king, the heart of the king is in God's hand. He turning whichever way he please. So you just begin to tell God, turn his heart in my way, turn his heart in my way.
I'm gonna say it every day now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it every day.
Yeah.
But one thing you just said was that we never want to disappoint our parents. And then you said that you feel like you may have disappointed them enough. I don't feel like I've disappointed my parents at all.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I don't think I've done anything to disappoint my parents. But I have a brother constantly in and out of jail, doing other things he's not supposed to do. So my thought is, my brother has disappointed my parents enough. I can't do nothing to disappoint them. Yeah. I just want them to just be proud of me and happy and all of that.
Yeah.
The only thing, there was one thing, I shacked up. So, sorry, y'all, but at least y'all know I was safe. I was safe and protected.
Oh, girl, you know how
besides that, I did everything. Girl, I did everything else the right way.
Yeah.
Graduated, all of that.
Yeah, didn't have a child till you was
didn't have a child till after I was
yeah.
married, all of that. But I just felt like my brother done enough disappointment, so I don't want to disappoint them.
Right.
I know my parents are proud of me. I know my father is proud of me. I have a secret that I haven't shared with my viewers yet, so I'll tell you after the show. But my dad helped me with it. Very surprised, even though my dad helped me with anything. But being that it was Peachy tea time, I just knew he was gonna tell me no. But he was like, I got you.
That's what's up. Daddy. That's what's up. And this episode was brought to you by the Heirs Agency, a full-service marketing firm noted in entertainment and culture. Now, I know you said you didn't want to share your secret, but I just feel like that, it's a possibility that someone would be blessed. So, do you think you could just share a little of your secret?
Yes, I can't say it, Shay. The club, Shay.
But that's my nickname.
It is.
I was wondering, like, when you said that, not got like messed up and said, I was like, does she know that's my nickname? But yeah, Shay, my nickname. Yeah.
Well, Free, I will share a little bit of it. I was blessed, everybody. Thank God.
Yeah.
But yes, I was blessed to have my own studio.
Wow.
My own studio space. This will be the first time that I have something that's mine, when it comes, besides Peachy Tea time, but as far as space-wise, this will be my very first time.
But you got to tell us, how did you find a space and how did this go about? Yeah, how did this go about? You just can't skip past that, because skipping past that, you got to make them feel it. You got to tell the story behind it.
Yeah, because I know they wonder, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She ain't got no job. To me, you got some space. But yeah, so it's this lady. Shout out to Miss Sherry. Hi, Miss Sherry.
Hey, Miss Sherry.
Yes, we love Miss Sherry. But I've been knowing Miss Sherry for some years now. She is the owner of the barbershop that my husband works at. Shout out to, what is it called? Oh my gosh.
You just having a brain
Cutting
freeze.
Kings.
It's okay.
Shout out to Cutting Kings. And that's in Stone, so y'all make sure y'all go check it out. But she has been the owner of that barbershop. She's also the owner of a salon, and she's also an owner of a boutique.
Right.
So she decided, she called me up and like, hey, come on out, so I want to meet with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Go out, meet with her. And she was like, well, I've decided that I'm turning the boutique into a braiding shop.
Okay.
An all braiding shop. I was like, okay, that's dope. That's good. My baby can go get her hair braided. So she was like, and I also would like for you to partner with me to open up a halfway house. I'm like, are you serious, Miss Sherry? And she was like, yes. I'm like, I am so down for it.
Yeah.
So down for it. That's something that I definitely wanted to do when I started Peachy Tea Time, the organization, the nonprofit. So I'm like, okay, God, you making this work. You're making it work for me.
Yeah.
And then finally, at the end of our meeting, she tells me, well, this space that we're sitting in right now, I was like, yeah, this is yours. You can have it. It's all for you. And I'm like, what? Now, be mindful when people come into my studio, they do have to walk through the braiding shop first to get to me.
It does not matter.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. I want to let everybody know. You have to start from somewhere.
That's right.
You have to start from somewhere. This woman has blessed me so much to where I don't have to pay a dime.
That's why it was so important for you to tell. Yeah. Like, did y'all hear that? Like, this lady just blessed her with a space, something that she desired, something that she wanted. God made the provision for it. Why? Because she's doing what she's supposed to do. And even on the days when she feel like she can't make it, she still pushes forward. And look how God has provided. Yeah, you had to tell that. I couldn't let you leave out of here without telling that.
Baby, when I tell you I am probably the most consistent YouTuber. You know, I don't like to call myself a YouTuber, but we can call it what it is. I am so consistent. I have been consistent since day one.
Right.
I do. When I tell people that I do 4 shows out of the week, they look at me like I'm crazy. You know, and my shows are an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. Plus, I was working 10-hour shift Monday through Friday. Plus, I have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old that goes to a technology school. That means everything is on the computer.
Right.
They need help with everything. You know, and I got a husband. You know, got a brother. Got a mom and dad. So it was really wearing on me, all of this work. But guess what? Free, I kept going.
I know you did.
That's how much of a passion I have for Peachy Tea Time. I love bringing awareness to everybody. I even, for last year, I brought it out for the first year, rolled it out for the first year, where my hometown, Saginaw, Michigan, I paid a young lady to bless 3 families for the months of June, July, and August. And they received a yard sign for their loved one.
Oh, wow.
And when I tell you, baby, shout out to Fashanta. She did her thing, baby. It wasn't just like them regular happy birthday and that's it. It had balloons, paper balloons, but it had everything. It was beautiful. And then I also paid for them, so she may put "We miss you" in the letters. And then I also paid for a picture of their loved one to be in angel wings, with angel wings on the side.
Wow.
And it's stuck down in the ground. And then afterwards, they get to keep the angel sign with their loved one. And I did that for 3 months consistently. And then I moved here to Atlanta. Not moved, but I moved the thing they were trying to do here to Atlanta. But Atlanta wasn't too nice to me. You know, because everybody is so far away. So we couldn't do that because everybody was charging by the mileage. So what I decided to do was I blessed families here in Atlanta with just a little plaque with their loved one engraved in it. And I put a little saying, whatever my heart told me to say. And I put that on there. And they can plug it in and it lights up. And just keep lighting and LED.
And that's why God keep lighting up for you, because tell them.
See how my face just lit up when I said.
But tell this last part too. What did Miss Sherry tell you about after she told you that's your space and you don't have to pay anything? What did she tell you in a year's time?
Miss Sherry told me, don't put too much money into this space. She said, because within the year, she said possibly 2 years, she said, I'm gonna get you a bigger space. She said, me and you both. We're going to have a bigger space. She said, because I see a live studio audience. And one thing that I can say is Miss Sherry's already winning. She's already Black Girl Magic. So I can't help but to win right along with her.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I can do is win with her.
And what you doing the plaques, what you doing the yard signs and everything, you know, it may not seem like it's a lot, but it is to that family. And I got to tell you something else that my father used to always tell me, like when I was in prison and I would get upset because I was writing paperwork for girls and they was getting out of prison, but I was still stuck there. And I couldn't understand, like, how am I writing this for them? They could go home, but I'm still here. And my dad used to tell me, what you make happen for somebody else, gotta make happen for you. So I'm telling you that today, the things how you're pouring into those families, how you're making it happen for them, God is making it happen through you for you. Whether it's Miss Sherry, whether it's random strangers, whoever. But it's the Peachy Tea Time. It's gonna get to the place you want it to be. It's gonna continue to grow. It's gonna develop. You're gonna go forward. Like you gonna look back on this day and be like, "Free said it. Free said it. Free look at me. Look at me now."
Thank you,
Yeah,
Free.
yeah.
I receive it. I receive it so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I was hoping you would get me to cry.
Rob, bring me some Kleenex, please. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna happen. And so before we go, I want you to talk about your faith because you have your faith shirt on. Like, what does faith mean to Peachy?
My faith is so strong. My mother's mom, which is my grandmother, died when she was 7 months old. When my mom was 7 months old, and my mom never knew her dad. And my mom was raised by a pastor. And when I entered the world, I was told to call the pastor Uncle Smitty. I wasn't told to call him grandfather or papa. So I called him Uncle Smitty all my life. And my Uncle Smitty passed away. And I miss him dearly so much. But he installed so much into us. The church was right across the field from our house. So even when mama didn't want to go or daddy didn't go, y'all go ahead and go. It was right across the field. They had to watch us. We had to take the church bus. None of that, just walk across the field. So I went to church all the time. And he always talked about faith and how whatever you ask God for, He'll give it to you.
Yeah, he will.
You just got to ask, but you also got to do your part.
That's right. Faith without works is dead.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it took a while for me to understand that. You know, I would ask, but I guess I wasn't doing my part all the time.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
I knew God was blessing me with different things. But one thing I could truthfully say, and that we all can say, is God never failed us
at
because
all.
We're still here.
That's right.
Regardless of what we went through in life, we are still here. So that lets me know that He's not going to fail me at all. I just got to do my part.
That's right.
And have faith and believe.
Belief
I could go,
is so important.
Girl, we could go on and on. But I had my first child at 35. I didn't know if I could have kids. Free. Me and my husband been together since I was 19.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know if I could have kids. And I started feeling like less of a woman. Once I got to that age where I'm like, okay, now I really want to have kids now.
Yeah.
I started feeling less of a woman.
Wow.
And I remember my auntie telling me, you got to have faith. You got to believe that it's going to happen.
That's right.
And I said, okay, what can I lose? I done went to the doctors. They said ain't nothing wrong with me. I can have kids. So I guess she might be right. Let me have faith. Right. Let me start believing that this is really going to happen. And God bless me.
Not
with
once.
2 babies.
That's right.
2 babies. So once that happened, I was unstoppable. I know God is real. I know if I believe in something and I have the faith, I know it's going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
That's what faith means to me, baby.
Faith walker, faith talker.
Hey, Trey, here, mommy, love y'all.
So before you go on Break Free, I always ask this question. This is our closing question. Tell me something that you feel like you're in bondage to and you need to break free from.
I got to say it. Anxiety.
Really?
I know it's hard to believe.
Really?
My anxiety is crazy when it comes to my kids. Crazy. I've had 2 miscarriages before my son came. And my daughter, she's a twin. And my son didn't make it. He left us when I was 7 months pregnant. But I had to carry him the entire pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
Because they was in separate sacks. And so.
What was that like for you?
It was hard. The hardest thing I've ever had to go through. So hard. 6 days before my birthday and 3 days before the baby shower. Oh, it was hard. I had to take stuff back to the stores that me and my husband and my parents and stuff had bought to take to the baby shower.
Yeah.
You know, it was hard, very, very hard, you know, but that's another thing. If I could get through that,
yes, God.
And I think, truthfully, out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the most devastating thing that I've ever had to deal with. If God took Peachy tea time away from me right now,
it still wouldn't hurt as bad as that did. Girl, it was so many layers to you. I had no idea.
That was the hardest thing. But I thank God for my husband. He was there, still here, have the best relationship. We laugh. We are just humble people. We love the Lord. We go to church. I don't have to beg him to get up, you know. So for him to be there through that,
yeah,
you know, it wasn't no, let me pick a phone call, baby daddy. Oh, you think you come up here to the hospital? No. We was there the entire time together.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest thing ever for me to deal with.
Wow. And
that was something my mama couldn't help me with that one.
Because she had never been through it. But you know, that needs to be another layer to Peachy Tea Time. The nonprofit. It needs to be another layer of women who lose children doing
I wrote
childbirth.
a book. I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I wrote a book. It's on Amazon. And it's also
tell us the name
Etsy.
of it.
What's the name of my book? I just started selling it. So I don't know how to wipe it. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's it called? Make sure you edit this. What happens? I can't get my phone right quick. I can't get my phone. It's on there. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I didn't expect we was gonna have this conversation.
Yeah, it's okay. We can.
And it took me to another. It took me to a whole nother place.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, and then guess what?
I try not
Y'all
to talk
see,
about
this
that
is
much.
real time, baby. It's happening in real time. Things happen, and then not only that, I think too that you know the emotion that's wrapped around it, and then you wasn't really thinking that we was gonna go there. You thinking we just gonna talk about Peachy Tea Time, but honey, when you come to Break Free, you really coming to break free.
You really coming to break free. You really coming to break free. I know my ride home is gonna be like excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah,
but I'm telling y'all right now, my mind just went completely blank.
Before the baby shower, did you tell everybody?
Everybody knew.
You told them before,
you gotta
before the baby shower?
understand that me and my husband is everybody's favorite couple.
Wow.
So they couldn't wait for this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They couldn't wait for this moment to happen. And everybody knew. I didn't care that I had miscarriages before.
Yeah.
I had faith and I believed. So I just knew it was gonna happen. And I was scared.
Yeah.
But I knew they was gonna come. Yeah. I knew both them babies was gonna come.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out that way.
And how was you able to be present at the baby shower that day, knowing that
I canceled it?
Oh, you canceled the baby shower.
So my daughter never had a baby shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She never had a baby shower. And I still got plenty of stuff because she was my only girl. And it was hard to be happy and sad at the same time because it's impossible. You can't. So I had to figure out how I'm going to be happy for her when she entered this world, but be sad for this little boy that's fully developed. So it was no more miscarriages, Shay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was no more miscarriages. I had to figure out, am I going to bury this baby? Or am I going to cremate this baby? I ain't got no money. We had to cremate him. But we all got necklaces. Yeah. I always try to find the bright side of things.
Yeah.
We all got necklaces. My husband and my son got male necklaces. Me and my daughter, we have female necklaces. And then I also have a bonus daughter too. Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine's 24.
Okay.
And she has a necklace.
Well, thank you again, everybody. I pray that y'all was able to break free today. And I pray that, God just continues to take us on a journey that we never knew that we needed. Until next time, remember, it's always delusion until they see it happen. I know you guys just enjoyed that episode, so I need you to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And although Peachy couldn't think of the website and everything during the episode, I have it right here, guys. The name of the book is Will I Ever Have a Baby? How I Dealt with a Miscarriage or Two. Make sure you support Peachy Tea Time at peachyteatime.com. Time being spelled Tyme. I love y'all. See y'all next time. And this episode was brought to you by the Heirs Agency, a full-service marketing firm noted in entertainment and culture.
That was a lot. I'm so sorry. Let me get myself together. Let's go into a commercial break because I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all about some things with that interview. And my kids, they so loud in the background. Let's go into something. I don't know what we're gonna go into. I don't have any music videos up here. Let's just go into a Saturday commercial break. Here we go. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. It's your girl. We are here. The weekend spot, baby. We done had whatever week we done had. But right here on Peachy Tea Time, the weekend spot, baby, we relax. We have a good time. We listen to independent music, baby. Independent artists. Right here, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope y'all enjoying the show. And I hope you continue to watch. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, on both Facebook pages. And also, follow me on IG and Twitch. Like and share this video. Like and share this video. And most importantly, baby, make sure you watch me on Roku TV. Baby. Watch me on Roku TV just as well. We in here, baby. It's only up from here. Watch me. Watch me.
No fun, no fun, I woke up still tipsy off this liquor. Missed calls all through my phone from my baby. Thinking to myself, this is fucked up. Why do this to her mind? Gotta waiting up. I know she's crying, and I'm done lying. When you got a girl at home that's good to you, you just can't do it wrong. When you got a real one in your life, and she holds you down every day and night, you know this real love. It ain't no fun fucking with exes. It ain't no fun when it's just exes. It ain't no fun. It ain't no fun. It ain't no fun. Sleeping alone. It ain't no fun. With an empty home. It ain't no fun. No fun, no fun, no fun. Now it's time to man up. Cause I know what's real. And I know she's fed up, yeah. I gotta make her feel like this thing is forever. I will make it better. Through the stormy weather, we gon' stay together. When you got a girl at home boyfriend.
Whew, okay. Okay. I am back. I am back. I am back. Um, I couldn't just end it like that without me coming back saying something. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to God. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to have that opportunity. Then of course, thank you to Free, which I kept calling her Shay on the show. And just so happened, she said that was her nickname, and I had no idea that that was her nickname. I don't know why it just kept coming out Shay. And keep in mind, I also had COVID, but it was like kind of gone. But I still had the coughing real bad and everything. I coughed way more than that. So shout out to the editing, the editors. They did an awesome job. Um, she touched on a lot. She didn't tell me what we were going to talk about ahead of time, anything like that. I just went in, you know. Like I said on the show, I wasn't nervous or anything like that. She made it very, very comfortable for me. But a couple things I want to talk about that we spoke on there that really broke me when I had three things that had me crying. One of them was the studio. One of them was the studio. Again, that video was taped in January. Um, I was offered the space in December. February, I opened it up to the public. And then in May, I had to close it. I didn't do anything wrong at all. I think it was just God's doing. God just said, nah, this ain't what you finna do. I believe God got something bigger and better for me. I have faith, which is what she talked about. Well, what we talked about. I have faith and I believe. So, was I sad when the studio was closed? Yes. Extremely sad. I'm sorry, extremely sad. It was so unfortunate. It was so unfortunate because I was so happy. I was so happy, y'all. My kids was happy every time they would come. My husband was happy. I mean, it was just beautiful. You know, when I opened up the curtains, everybody just was in wow. You know, like we really, really put our all into it. Shout out to Audra. Shout out to Wendell. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out, of course, to Pooley. Shout out to my dad because he helped me just as well. To put everything in the studio. But I'm just so thankful to God for that opportunity. I really am. I feel like when God brings me another space, I know exactly what to do, you know, and I already got my stuff, everything that I need, just as well. But yes, it was unfortunate that she no longer has the boutique either. So it wasn't that I had to go only, the whole building itself. She just let it go. And she felt so bad. She felt so, so bad. And I felt bad that she felt bad, you know, but you know, she had to do what she had to do. And I understand and I get it. And I pray for her and I pray for myself. There's no ill will at all whatsoever. I still talk to Miss Sherry. I still love Miss Sherry. And what I tell everybody is I prefer for her to close down my studio space than for her to close down that barbershop, baby. Because that where Foley at. We need that funds. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. But I know God is going to bless me again with something else. Okay. Now, another part of that that I wanted to talk about just briefly is the I lost my train of thought trying to click on everything. The book. the book. Me and going through losing a child, a stillborn. That was so difficult. You guys have heard it on my show. I don't talk about it all the time, but you guys have heard it. That was something that I don't think I could ever be broken like that again in my entire life. I don't. I really, really don't. I still deal with it to this day. It's still hard for me. Hold on, y'all. Let me tell these kids to quiet down. All right. So, that was very hard for me to deal with. And I'm still dealing with it to this day. It gets better. It do get better. It's not as hard as it was. I'm able to tell the story without just I mean, it was a mess back then when it happened. So I'm so thankful for growth. So thankful. And I thank God for leading me through that moment just as well. Leading me through each and every moment, because this is nothing that'll never go away. It just, God makes it easier for me to deal with. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that. And there was one other thing that my father, I wanted to touch on that. My dad wanted me to go back to work so bad, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I'm very transparent here on Peachy Tea Time. He wants me to go back to work, not because I'm constantly asking him for money or anything like that. He just, like I said, he's from the old school. He wants me to be back working. He always tell me, "You got kids to take care of." All of it. I'm here to tell y'all, what I'm doing is not for the weak. Lord knows it's not. It's a lot of days that I sit back, even after that interview, which was in January. It's plenty of days that I sit back and I ask myself, should I go back? I'm sorry, y'all. And I be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like, I don't regret leaving my career. I do not regret it at all. To this day, I still don't regret it. But I had to do a lot of sacrificing. Everybody that knows me knows I love to get my hair done. I love to get my nails done. I love getting my makeup done. I love taking my kids places. I love doing things with my kids. And unfortunately, I can't do all of that right now. Because what I see bigger is the families that come on my show. So sometimes I just be like, why did God choose me to make all these sacrifices? Why was I the chosen one? I pray. I go to church. I praise him in church. I praise him at home. Why was I the chosen one? I thank him. I thank God I was the chosen one. I really, really do, y'all. I really do. But sometimes I wonder why. Like, why did my life shift? Like this BG, girl, BG, BG, BG. It's like I'm out of control right now. But I be like, why my life had to shift like this? I'm not unhappy about it, but I just wonder why. Melbia, my life shifted. It did like a whole 360 behind Peachy Tea Time. And I'm still forever grateful. Forever grateful, forever thankful. Because Peachy Tea Time ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Even if I do have to go back and get another job, it's still not going nowhere. I will continue to work as hard as I can to make sure that these families get what they need, to make sure that my viewers, my family, because y'all my family now, to make sure that y'all get the awareness that y'all need so y'all not going out there blindsided on what's going on. But I thank y'all. I thank y'all so much. I love my viewers. I love my families. I love each and every one of y'all. I love Jason. Hey, Jason. Jason, like, what's going on? I just tuned in and you up here crying and stuff. Jason, it was a powerful interview, baby. It was a powerful interview, and it hit different when you sit there and you watch it. It hit different. I'm not lying to y'all. A lot of me feel like I should have watched it before y'all. I probably shouldn't have never did it live like this. But this is me. This is me, baby. Melvia said, sometimes God has a bigger purpose outside of what we can see at the moment. I literally woke up this morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's here. The video is here. And I'm like, let me go ahead and take my shower, put my clothes on, and do it live on Peachy Tea Time. Jason said, now I'm crying. I just woke up. Don't cry, Jason. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on live. And I don't even regret it, but I probably maybe should have watched it first and got all these tears out first instead of doing it on the show on my platform. Because y'all know me, I try my best to keep it professional. I don't fake the funk for nobody. What y'all see is what y'all see. I'm just me. I'm just me, y'all. That's it. And PHREE did an awesome job. Awesome job. An awesome job with this interview. I cannot wait to have her on Peachy Tea Time. I can't wait. I can't wait to get off the phone and call her to let her know that I saw the interview just as well. But y'all gotta get off of here. Because y'all know I could go on and on and on. And I don't want to keep y'all. So I love you all so much. I gotta go and finish getting myself together and get my kids, fix my kids something to eat, baby. I know they hungry back there. So I love you all so much. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. We have an interview with one of the mothers on here, Miss Teresa, the mother of Tory Lang. I'm probably gonna cry again tomorrow. I'm probably gonna cry again tomorrow. Her daughter's story, and you see her down there, mother of Tory Lang. Her daughter's story. I was up to 3:00 last night doing research. I've been researching all day yesterday. And literally up to 3:00. Jason knows, he'll tell you. I'm like, Jason, can you help me find the first 48 episode? Because this family was featured on first 48. And when I tell you the research that I found, I didn't get a chance to see the first 48 episode. But the research that I found, y'all truly need to go outside too, because he keep jumping on the door. But it was heartbreaking. Oh, Jesus. It was so heartbreaking. And when I tell y'all, you do not want to miss tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode might go down in history, in PGT time history. I'm going to say that. So make sure y'all tune in. BG got something to say. She said it's too important not to continue. I support because I like seeing families get the justice that my family didn't get. It's been 20 years since I lost my cousin, and I still can't discuss it. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? So when these families come on here, baby, we don't take it for granted. Like, we appreciate these families because some people just can't do it. They just can't do it. It's hard. It's hard. But like BG said, keep going. And that's what we going to do. And that's what these families going to do just as well. Keep going. Okay. Well, I love y'all so much. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't think it was going to be this long because I thought I was just going to end it and that was going to be the end of it. But God led me to say other things just as well. One thing that, hold on, let me get back to Melbia's comment right here. She said, I'm sure you touched so many people with that story. And I pray that I did. I pray that I did. When PHREE reached out to me, PHREE just saw the news broadcasting clip that I did with my brother. So when I came on, I introduced her to so much more about Tennille, the Mrs., Miss Peachy, Mrs. Davis. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's like a breath of fresh air. I mean, I feel better, even though I'm just been crying, but I do feel better. I'm so happy that I saw it, and I'm so happy that I saw it with y'all. Thanks, y'all, for being my support system. I love y'all so much. I really do. Now y'all gotta listen to my babies. Oh yeah, and no nails. Told y'all I gotta sacrifice.
Return, please return. Please return.